Migrating starfish. Oh my gosh, I'm almost stepping on this one. Sleeping?
It's one of these little different type of starfish.
They don't move very fast, so see how it's moved? It's alive. They're everywhere. The seagull's trying to eat it. They both have food. It's not very aggressive. Are you okay? Saw the seagulls were trying to eat you. That's not good. On my last trip, I thought, man, it's time for a new filter. It's like barely coming out. Need new filter. I bet I won't forget twice. Oh, what? They're just dive bombing. Where'd he go? Right there. There's like a lot of crabs in here though, but they're gone. Water dripping. Oh, it's dripping on me. Oh, you can see it. That's not rain. I'm gonna go in there. Okay, zooming in.
Come up for air, let them see. Up left.
Alright, see.
Should be set up pretty soon.
Make a whale noise.
Oh. We'll have to look again before we. Yes.
If you want to carry. Oh, this is where we're going. Just a simple, walk in the woods. Just came down a cliff on a rope. The ocean is right there. Check this out. Oh my god, I can't video this. Anyway. There's more cliffs. Can you spot the wild husband? Here's the trail. That's the ocean out there. Look at this trail. Watch me fall because I'm using. Ugh. 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 It looks like this. There's a lot of things to trip on. Oh, look at him. Look at him go. There's, what are those? 2 otters with their little flippers. There's a seal. It's like, what are y'all doing? We gotta go in the woods because the other option's that way. And we just did that way and I'm over it. I'd rather have the woods than the boulders. Around. Must be some predators out there. Oh my god. I just went down that. That's a lot of arms, and my legs died at the bottom. But he's gonna do it now. Oh. Oh my god, it looks a lot taller than, I mean, it looks shorter. It's tall.
I saw his tail. Beaver. He's making a little cove for himself. He's very imaginative.
I think that he has a surprise coming every time it rains.
He knows what he's doing. It's about to be summer. There'll be no water. I'll have a perfect cove. Cool. This is the first time I've seen a beaver in Washington. They said they're here. They got towns named after it. But I did not believe them when they said stuff like that. I was like, no. There's no beaver. But yeah.
Seen an eagle mate before.
These eagles are getting it on.
Treetop with a view.
Crossing a river. That's kind of hard. I was pushing. We got up to my crotch. But it's hot today, so it'll be nice. It's only going to get up to like 55, which is nice and cool. Crabs, crabs, crabs. There's a crab. Crab. That's not a crab. There's a baby one. That's not one. Oh, crabs. 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 Little crab tracks everywhere. Oh, that's a... Look, he came from there. That's got an animal in it. Crabs. Beach life. There's a big one. Look at him. Oh, he's aggressive. Alright, gotta go. About to go on the boulders. Requires 2 hands. We actually came from there. Right there. Alright. We came from all the way over there, but from kind of where that white thing, so we went through that stuff. There's a big long cove after that stuff, so we've been about 15 miles, and there's about 20 more that way. Oh, and we're almost at, we went from America's most northwest point to, we're about to pass America's most western point. Which is, I think, where that rock jutting out is. It's like right there. Around there, at least, is Cape Alava. And you can day hike to that. I've done it at least 10 times. And you can do it as a loop, 9 miles, or you can do it as an out and back. It's like 6 miles. And I always do it as a loop because I like to walk 3 miles down the beach. And that would be a good short backpacking trip. Because it's only 9 miles. And right now we're kind of on a longer, like a medium trip. It's 35 miles. But yesterday, it's not always like this. Yesterday, we did 7 miles. And it took 8 hours. Because we were using ropes, climbing cliffs, going over boulders that were like a house size to an elephant size. Having to climb over that. It was pretty hard. And then this morning, we had to cross the river we camped by, so we actually just left the more wild part because most people don't want to cross the river. They don't want to do ropes up cliffs. So we're getting toward the people part, or the part that most people can access. And the part I've already been to. But then we're going to pass that part and continue on down and go to where I haven't been to. So if I see anything cool other than this, like a dead whale or a live whale or a sea lion, we'll take a picture. All right. You just keep walking and all of a sudden you're somewhere new. We're at Cape Alava. It's the most western point there is of the lower 48. Because I think Alaska has the most western. And we came from the most northwest point. Right over there. There's the most northwest. Behind that is actually Vancouver Island or Canada. And there's another island way out there that's also Canada. It's like, maybe it's like St. George or something, I don't really know. But just walking the beach. This is where it's interesting because the natives' village used to be here. And you can see where it's like kind of like cleared, and there's little humps where maybe their houses were. And this is the Ozette village. What's interesting is like, why, how do they know? There's a coincidence that they put it at this most western point, and then at the northwestern point there's the Macaw village. So it's like, how do they know this? And if I were to go up in there and look at the wall or the dirt cliff, you could see artifacts, lots of shells and bones. That deer is like thinking something's gonna get it. Anyway, because when we camp at Toliak, there's another village, old village there, and you can see all sorts of tools, bones, you know, what they were eating, just like several feet deep of shells that they ate. Yeah, they lived right here. And I've seen the pictures. Well, we've been to the Macaw Museum, and they just wore like sandals or were barefooted and walked around out here with like less clothing than we wear. So I always thought, wow, it looks cold, but maybe they're acclimated. And then up here's a little, I think the park built that. Here, that's the Ozette village area. You know, it's not there anymore. That's Cape Alava at the western point. This is like a longhouse, so you can imagine these buildings were all along those benches in the previous video that I made about it. And this is an old ranger station. They thought it was a good spot too. Oh, there's whale bones in there, he said.
Don't even think about going back. Hey, get out of here. No. People. Because there's so many people that come through here.
Good thing we're out
here when the tide is so low, or we'd have to walk right next to that thing. Looks like some sort of baleen whale. Maybe a smaller rock or something. But at least I can come way out here and not walk in the smell of it. That always takes me back to forensic entomology when we had to collect fly larvae, otherwise known as maggot samples, from carcasses and take them back to the lab to identify what kind they were, how long they had been there, hence how long the body was there. Maybe some sort of baleen whale. And there's a young eagle on it, less than 5 years old. So it is not white. It's pretty eaten. Yeah, so good. You can hear his beak ripping into the flesh. Video. Hold on. Wait, I'm not coming yet. Okay. Okay. Oh man, I need my hiking poles for this one. Because this stuff here is a little slippery. I guess I could try to do it without hiking poles, but I don't think it's a good idea. Oh, well, I made it. Let's not slide off this part. Okay. That's cool. There's a rope right there. I think people have to walk on those rocks sometimes if they don't do the tide right. Whoops, sorry. Kind of reminds me of Hawaii right here. He's leaving. Whatever. Anyway, it's pretty windy. And it was windy all day. Getting windier. But we made it where we're gonna camp. And you know, it's a little emo and I like emo vibes. I guess it's a little misty, so you can't see where we came from. But way out there, about 27 or so miles from here. We got the wind moving the trees. We're gonna go in here and find a place to sleep. I almost fell down. Coming to you live from a Pacific Northwest storm. We survived the elements on our last day of our 5-day backpacking through hike from the most northwest point, Neah Bay, down the coast, 35 miles more or so to Rialto. I'm hot-blooded, hot-blooded. Oh, shoot. Okay, I gotta have 2 hands.
Running out of depth.